Hello all. Welcome to session 26 of the PySpark series. So in last 2-3 sessions, we have understood um, what is grouping aggregations, okay, in PySpark, right? And we have solved, I think, 4 to 5 examples, okay, based on grouping aggregation using PySpark data frame. Also, we did ordering there. Also, we solved using Spark SQL as well, right? So whatever um, the learning that we have done so far on grouping aggregations, right? Um, that we did, like we did grouping on one column, right? And there I told you how it group, okay, based on one column. Let me quickly explain how that happens, okay? For example, you have employee ID, okay? You have employee name, okay? Employee salary, right? Employee salary, okay, and employee department, for example, right? For example, employee ID 1, employee name Ganesh, right? Employee salary some over 10,000, right? Employee department 1, right? Employee ID 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe we will consider some 5 employees, right? Then here another name, let's say Ganesh 1, okay, 12,000, right? Department is same 1, right? Then next employee, for example, Ramesh, right? Having employee having salary to 11,002, right? Then uh, Pritesh maybe, okay, having salary, let's say 13,000, okay, department 2, right? And so on. Maybe one more case we will consider, say Priyesh, right? Having salary, let's say 14,000 and department 3. So here, like if we group by based on employee department, okay, what will happen? This department one will be one group, okay. So for example, if I put sum on employee salary, so whatever total it will be for department one, let's say 22,000 it will be. Then for department two, it will be 24,000, and department three, it will be 14,000, right? That's how grouping will happen. Okay. That's how grouping will happen in case of when we are doing aggregations based on one column, right? Now, I'll just explain. First, I'm trying to explain theoretically how, grouping will happen, right? And then I'll explain you definitely practically also, right? Now, for example, we have one more column that is getting added here, right? For example, that is Pune. Okay. This is also Pune. Okay. Then two, it is, let's say, Mumbai, right? This, let's say, some Chennai, right? And this one, again, let's say Pune, right? Now here, let's say I'm doing grouping based on, let's say, employee city and employee department, right? Okay. For example, I have to do what I have to find, let's say, total salary, okay, based on city, like in Pune, what, for example, Pune, let's say I have how many departments? Department 1 and department 3, right? So I want to find out how much amount, okay, my Pune department 1 is spending on their employee, right? Okay. How much amount my Pune department 3 is spending on their employee, right? For employee salaries, right? So if I group by based on employee city and employee department, how grouping will happen is first, for example, employee city. Okay. So employee city is Pune. Okay. And Pune has how many departments correct currently? Department 1 and department 3. So Pune and department 1 will be one group. Okay. Pune and department 3 will be one group, right? Okay. and accordingly calculations will happen. Okay. Now next city is my Mumbai. So Mumbai has how many departments? Two. Department has only department two is there in Mumbai. Okay. So Mumbai and department two will be one group, right? Whatever calculations will happen within this group, right? Okay. And next is what? Chennai, right? So Chennai and department two will be next group, right? So this is how groups will happen when we are grouping by using multiple columns, right? So that's how grouping will happen when we are grouping it based on multiple columns, right? Hope this gave you some idea, right? In case when we are grouping by multiple one column, so let's say department one is one group, department two is another group, department three is another group, right? When we are grouping based on multiple columns here, Pune city and department one is one group, Pune city and department three is another group, Mumbai and department two, Chennai and department two, right? This is how grouping happens. Okay. Now, fine. Now to explain this scenario, I have got one data set. It's again dummy data. Okay. So this is the Python list. Okay, I have around 91 records in this list. Okay. So this is like employee name, employee department, employee city, employee salary, okay, employee age, and this is some employee bonus, right? So this is dummy data that I have got, okay. And this is Python list. So like just to recall, we have already seen how to create a data frame using Python list, right? Fine. And this is length is just a Python function, okay, to get the length of this list. So I have 91 records in this list. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll create the schema first. Okay. From pyspark.sql.types import star. Okay. And what I'll do from pyspark.sql import functions as f. Right. Okay. Now what I have to create employee schema. Right. Employee schema equals to struct type. Okay. Struct field. Okay. What is my first field? Employee name. Right. It is string type. Right. Just going a little fast because this you are already aware how to create the schema. How many fields we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. Right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Second which is what? Employee department. Okay. Third is what? Employee city. Okay. Employee city. Fourth is what? Employee salary, employee age, and employee bonus. Employee salary that we will consider, let's say, long type. Employee age, we will consider this as integer. Okay. And employee bonus, right? It will be long type, right? Fine. We have created it for schema for all the columns, right? Now, what employee df equals to spark dot create. You know how to create the data frame when we have what Python list, okay, and schema created. So what is the name of Python list? It is employee data, okay. I think in very first session I told you the format of creating the data frame using Python list, right? See this one, spark.create data frame, data and schema, right? The same we are going to just reuse in this session, right? Employee data and what? Employee schema, right? Let me display this empdf dot display, right? Let it run, it will display. Okay. Hmm. Fine, fine. Okay. So we have this data, employee salary, employee age, employee bonus, right? Now, let's say first problem statement I have is I want to find out how much every department, okay? So here we have engineering as one department, admin as one department, IT as one department, finance, marketing, right? What I want to find out is how much every department is spending, okay, spending on employee salary, employee salary in each city, right? So what I want to find out, for example, Nevada city, right? How much engineering department is spending in Nevada city? How much engineering department is spending in California city, right? Okay. So what I'll do, as I told you, this is the case of aggregation on multiple columns, right? So what I'll do, empdf1 equals to empdf, right? Now you know what I have to do is I have to group by, right? Group by. Now what I have to group by on, first is my employee department. Okay, employee department. F dot call employee department. And second is what I have to group by on employee city. Okay, and then what, aggregate. What I want to find out is sum total spending, right? Spending on employee salary, right? Dot alias, what is that, total, PEN, total pending, right? Fine. Let me run this. Okay, AMPDF is generated. Now let's see the result. Okay, now let's see how results look like. Okay, you will get good idea. Do you see the results, right? See now, IT department in California city is spending some 4,02,000 on employee salary. Admin department in Nevada city is spending 1,74,000 on employee salary, right? Okay. Now, let's say I want to, from this results, what I want to see, like I want to um, keep all department together, right? What I'll do, I'll just, you know, arrange the departments in, I would say ascending order, right? So what I'll do, to just for better, let's say, analysis, right? I have to do that. Okay, empdf2, what I'll do, dot order by, let's say f dot asc. Okay, f dot call, what is the column, employee department, right? Fine. Now let me display, right? Yeah, see, so admin department in Nevada City is spending 1,74,000 on employee salary. Admin department in Newark is spending 2,70,000, right? So here, how much admin department is spending on employee salary in each city, right? Here, because what is the group here? The group is admin and Nevada is one group. Admin and Newark is one group, right? Admin and Washington is one group. Like this, right? So this is what admin department is spending on employee salary in each city, right? This is what engineering department is spending on employee salary in each city. Okay, fine. And this is what finance, HR, IT, and marketing, and so on, right? Sales, right? So this is how we approach the questions related to uh, grouping aggregations based on multiple columns in PySpark. Okay. Now we will see one more example. Let's say a simple, I would say, uh, average we will see. Okay. Or whatever, average, max, minimum, any example we can try, right? That we will do. But let's quickly understand before that how we solve this, okay, using what? Spark SQL. Okay. How to solve this using Spark SQL. I'll tell you step by step, right? So first, what we have done, for example, Spark SQL, okay, what we have to do, as I said, I have to select the columns which I have to use in group by, right? So which columns I have to use? Employee department and employee city, right? Employee department, okay, employee city, right? And then what is that? Sum of employee salary as total spending, right? As total spending from employee group by what? First is employee department, okay, and second is employee city. That's all. Let's display. Let's display. Right? Fine. Okay. Again, these results are not sorted. Okay. Let's say if I want to sort based on city, what I'll do, I'll just put after this group by, I'll say order by employee department ascending. Ascending, if we don't put also, that will sort in ascending order. Right? See, same results that we have got, same output, I would say, that we have got using PySpark data frame, we are able to achieve using Spark SQL, right? So that is how I would say grouping aggregation based on two columns work, right? So what we have done, what is the first, like how much every department is spending on employee salary in each city, right? That's what we have found out here. Okay. Maybe the again the same examples that we have solved using simple aggregation and grouping aggregation, right? Um, what I can say is average of average of the second example can be average employee salary. Okay. Um, uh, Based on department in each city, right? Third can be, let's say, maximum. Okay. What is that? Maximum. Maximum employee salary based on department in each city. And fourth can be a minimum, right? Minimum, right? So that's how, you know, we will solve. So this first one we just have solved using both Spark SQL and PySpark data frame. Okay. The remaining three also what we will do, we will take this three next session, okay, and we will solve this, right? Before that, if you can try it by yourself, that will be good. If you can't, that is fine. We will solve this in details again in next session. But so far, we have definitely understood comparatively, right? How we are working on simple aggregations. So in simple aggregations, we are taking this data as a whole, okay? In grouping aggregations using one column, for example, I want to group using employee department. My each department is a group, right? And in grouping aggregations using multiple columns, my let's say I want to group based on employee department and employee city. Okay. My employee department one and Pune city is one group. My department two and Mumbai is one group. Two and Chennai is another group. And three and Pune is another group, right? That's how it works when we work on multiple um, like grouping aggregation based on multiple columns, right? Fine. That's everything for this session. I hope you have understood, you are able to imagine now, how grouping will happen. What will be the groups when you like it's not only, grouping based on, let's say, two columns. There can be grouping based on more than two columns, right? But in that case also, you should be able to visualize or imagine how grouping will happen, right? Fine. That's everything for this session. If you feel this is useful to the community, do like, share, subscribe. Okay. If you have any suggestions, do definitely let me know in comment section. I'll definitely try to implement those. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in next session.